Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to get into December and just kind of walk through and see what I have for the month of December. Do I have enough income coming in for all the expenses that need to go out, and how to rein the budget in. Yeah, the budget. I have not been behaving at all with the budget. In fact, we're dipping into savings to take care of November before we close out November. You will see that in another video. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and all the things, and like this video so you can see the next one and the thousands of dollars that we kind of put on there. So, and I got to pay it off. So I'm going to be restructuring savings, emergency fund, and all that in another video. But for right now, I want to know how much money is coming in, projected for the month of December, and what is it going to cover the expenses that we have going out. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dive into my calendar here. This is my monthly budget for my bill pay. Every bill that comes in and out of the checking account or the credit card, either one, however I have it set up, it is on this page. And the reason I put it on the calendar is the best reason of all. What money needs to, or what income is coming in on what day, and then what expense is going out on what day. That way I can guarantee by budgeting up front not to touch that money during those paycheck periods. I do break it down paycheck to paycheck, which is my favorite way of budgeting as well, but I'd like to start off with a monthly budget that helps me plan for my paycheck to paychecks. Those are my two critical things. If you don't do anything else, that is something to get started with and just get into budgeting. Once you get into it, then you can decide on what you like in order to track and know what you're spending your money on. It's kind of one leads to the other, and that is kind of cool. I like that because that's what I started with. I would do my monthly budget, and then I would do my paycheck to paycheck, and I realized, hey, I want to know how much I'm spending on groceries. Hey, I want to know how much I'm spending, like this past few months, medical copays and things like that. I want to know what I'm spending my money on. So, or my family. For my family. I say me, but it's actually, I mean me and my husband. It's my husband's income. We're a family of 4 adults. 2 of my adult sons are autistic, so they do live at home with us. And so they are included in this budget, and you'll see one of them actually pays rent, and the other one hasn't quite got a job, or we haven't signed him up for SSI yet. Hopefully I'll get that done this week, but we'll see what that happens later. So yeah, things are happening and changing, and it's that time of year. You know, Christmas is here. I've got my Christmas trees, Fresh Farm, or Farm Fresh Christmas tree pajama top. It was a cool shirt to wear. I enjoy it, and so I am wearing it right now. Let's zoom in and go ahead and get started with what it looks like. Okay, as you can see here, I have 2 pay days back to back. This is going to happen at the beginning of the month, and this is going to happen at the end of the month, but I'm only going to deal with what happens in the month of December. So in the month of December, on the 1st, my husband gets military retirement paycheck, and he gets a VA disability paycheck. He served 20 years in the Navy, and these are income from that being active duty and retired. And so I always have that. I know what it is. I can see it pending deposit already. Today is the 29th. So I know it's coming. These numbers are accurate. I'm good to go. VA education is part of it's like the Montgomery GI Bill, but he uses the post 9/11 GI Bill because he was active duty and serving on the day of 9/11. So they have something for that for college, and they pay for the college, and then he gets income as well from that and a deposit. And usually I just give him that money, and he does whatever he wants with it. So that's kind of cool. Mainly because his salary and the other incomes take care of everything else that we need to take care of. So I don't really need it, and it's been nice to have him have that extra money. He really loves that. So what we're going to do is take these numbers here, and I'm going to flip back and forth a little bit to this monthly budget page here. Oh, that's not it. There we go. Monthly budget page here. And this is the income portion. So we're going to put the estimated income in, and then down here we're going to put the estimated, either the fixed expenses or the estimated variable expenses here. I did have to put a couple of fixed here because one, I forgot to put them on this list and I ran out of room. I struggle with getting my budget on one page in my Erin Condor notebook. I don't want to go big again. I'm tired of the bigger notebooks. I'm really enjoying the smaller, but I've got to come up with something new. So I might come up with something new starting in January. But for right now, we're just going to use what we have. I buy all my stickers from Sarah Marie Stickers. I have them all laid out here in my planner already because I just wanted to go ahead and get started. I have not done my Januaries yet, so I will be filming that and showing you me laying down the stickers and my thought process on what I need on what page. And yeah, that's where I go from there. So let's go ahead and get started on some of this. I want to go ahead and kind of, hold on one second. So I have my Erin Condor notepad. I love all our products. So yeah, bear with me. They're just everything I use. I'm going to write and list everything out here, and then I'm going to transfer it over here so I don't have to flip back and forth. I don't like flipping back and forth like that. So let me get to the calendar page. And we're just going to start here and just take over all the income. There are 3 salaries this month, and I forgot that when I set this up. So that's why this has salary 1, 2, and 3. So I will be totaling 2 of those numbers together, which is fine. The monthly, I just need the estimates. I just need to know what is actually, is it going to be enough to cover everything, or do I need to find income from other sources, or transfer from savings or whatever to cover expenses for the month for the bare minimum. I always use my husband's salary for all the expenses that we need to pay and make that work first. Anything above and beyond that, we have to make a decision, and are we going to take the penalty of dipping into savings or take the penalty of interest if we choose to on our credit card. We do use a credit card, but I pay it off every week. And yeah, it hurts when we have to use the savings to do it, but I think we'll be fine this year. And that is another story for another day. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and kind of move this over here. We're going to put income. And I'm just going to quickly fast forward through this and write these numbers down and then put them on the other page and then go from there. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I have everything written down here on my notebook, and I am going to total this up, and we're going to total this together, and I'll kind of walk through what are the several sources of income that my family get and why we get it. So balance forward, if I balance, and I do not plan to balance forward any money from the, because there is none really, from the month of November. I'm going to zero the account out and move it into pay off the credit card, and then only have the money of December in the checking account. I don't take it to zero balance. I just make sure I pay what I need to pay when this income comes in. So I never go negative, I never go zero, but at the same time, I just make sure all the money that is in the checking account that needs to go to pay the credit card, because we have spent a lot of money, doesn't happen until after these first paychecks happen. So I am definitely estimating zero for our balance forward, and I am going to also make sure we have zero for the month of December as far as available money to spend. So that is going to be what we're going to do. And I think I did that in November, but I'm not sure. Let me double check. No, I did balance for some money, a few $100s, but I typically do have $300 to $500 or more in the checking account. I just don't always do it that way, but this month I'm definitely doing it that way. So military retirement, like I said before, my husband retired from the Navy, $1,598 and 1 penny. VA disability, this is assessed by the VA themselves. They scan you from head to toe, and they look at all your medical records, and then they decide after 20 years of service what you qualify for and what your percentage is. So he gets $2,165.52 to compensate him for the abuse and physical difficulties of being in active duty for 20 years. VA education, I'm going to put 0 here, which gives me a good estimate of what we really need to budget with, because I don't keep the money anyway. I just give it right to him. When it actually comes in, I'll put the actual. I don't see the deposit yet. And sometimes it doesn't hit until the night before the 1st, and I just won't see it. But then you will see down here at some point, I got to put in here Visa Go card. And that's how you know I have had my husband transfer that money out into his own personal prepaid card. It's separate from our budget. That's separate from our checking account. He's the only one on it, and he can spend it however he wants. So there you go. Rent, dividends, and other. Our bank is a credit union. Sometimes they throw some pennies in there, 2 or 3 pennies. I include it here. Rent is my son's SSI money for a Social Security income for intellectual disability that he has, not being able to work. And this is compensation for taking care of him. He pays us rent. I buy groceries. I take care of all the things in the house. He gets to keep 130 of this. And for his own spending money to go shop get some clothes or buy a game or whatever he wants to do. We make sure he keeps some of the money. A lot of times he saves it up, and once a year we go to GalaxyCon in Raleigh, North Carolina, and have an amazing time, me and him. So there's that. And then other is any other income that comes in. There might be checks I deposit for Christmas or things like that. That would be the other. Next, I have the salary. So this is the first salary check. We have a magic month this month, so we got 3 salary paychecks. One of those salary paychecks is to kind of pay for the refrigerator we just bought. Oh my goodness. Actually, it's going to go into savings. I'm going to pay with the savings to pay off the credit card in November, and then whatever's left of this extra paycheck is going to go, after tithing, is going to go into savings. I'm just going to throw it in savings. That way we got our money back from paying paying for the refrigerator and any other expenses that we put on the credit card. So there's that. And so that's salary 1, and then the combination of 2 and 3, the exact same amount. Because he's salary, I know exactly how much he's going to get. It may fluctuate 1 penny or so, 1 or 2 pennies every once in a while, just for the adjustment for the year. But for the most part, it's the same. And I'll just put the adjustment here if it is a little bit different. It's not that big a deal. So let's go ahead and total this up. Okay, I had to add it twice because I couldn't comprehend what I was seeing. I'm like, $12,000? That's a lot. Normally it's $9,000 income coming in for the whole month. And so now, because that extra paycheck, it bumped it up to 12. I'm like, that's a lot. Okay. So I'm hoping we just kind of, chill for the month of December. But I have a funny feeling we're going to have some fun activities too planned. So maybe we won't chill as much as I think we are. So let me put this number down here. 1204494. Wow, that was sloppy. There, that's better. I have to turn it just to write properly. All right, so now we know how much income is coming in. Estimate, pretty much all of this is guaranteed. There's never been a delay in these, so I'm very confident in this, that we don't have irregular income. This is what we get, and this is all we get. So that is the month of December income. Let's go to the expenses. So what I want to do here is go ahead and get all the numbers for these over here on my notepad. And I'm not going to make you watch me write all that down twice. So I'm just going to cut off and then come right back, and we will put all those numbers right here off my notepad. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So I have everything written down on my notes. They're a little sloppy here, but that's okay. I can go through and we can talk about the numbers. So the first thing we're going to talk about is a mortgage. This is mortgage, homeowners insurance, and escrow for the property taxes for the area I live in. My mortgage is about $1,500, but it comes up to $1,927.67. That is the mortgage. And then Spectrum is our internet and our phone and cable, I guess. I don't know. It's weird because it streams just like a Roku. So I'm just like, okay, streaming at. But I guess you can use coax too. I guess that's why I call it cable, depending on what kind of setup you have in your house. And we just have a Roku, and that's where it goes to. So $190.99. And then Amazon Music is my husband's. Can't live without it. So $9.53. I think he's bought a lot of music and he just likes it there, so we just keep paying the subscription for it. Humana Health. I'm going to move down here because it's out of order from what I have on my list. But Humana Health is my son's health insurance. He has this for TRICARE, and that's $512. So we can all have the same doctor at military treatment facilities. But now that we're civilian treatment facility, regular medical place, next year, I'm not sure how much longer we're going to keep that because he does get Medicaid. And so far it covers pretty much everything but one or two things. And there might be we can find reasons to figure out how to get what he needs without the TRICARE. So, but I want to keep it for this month and just kind of keep it status quo for a little while. But next year that might go away. I'm not sure yet. So we'll have to wait and see. The next thing I have is, let's see. Oh, I'm going to skip a couple of these. The tithings I have all together, and that's actually going to be 4 tithing times this month because there are 4 pay streams that we put that through. So I'm going to do some little stars over here. So we tithe several different ways. 160 is the military retirement income. This tithe here is salary income. Let's see. Greater Europe Missions, that is a tithe to the VA disability income. And then, am I still on page? I don't have a lot of light here. I'm so sorry. So Greater Europe Missions, and then this tithe. So there might be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 tithes. But one of them is actually separate from the rest of them. So, and all the salary checks have the same tithing. So there you go. So I'll total that up over here. Let's see. Mark these off so I don't get confused. Humana Health. Paramount Plus is one of the streaming services. I've had this. This price has been grandfathered in years and years and years ago. When Paramount Plus first came out, like the first time that it came out, and it was all new and not a lot on it, and it didn't have all the other stuff on it. Yeah, that's when I got it. And this price, doing it monthly is actually lower than getting the actual annual, because I have an older price. I don't think it's this price monthly anymore. So I think I just got grandfathered in somehow. GEM is Greater Europe Missions, where we support missionaries. It's where's that at? $231.75. And what it is $225 goes to the missionary, and we pay 3% because we use a debit card, so for processing, and that's okay. It is what it is. All right, Geico. So that's $155, and I might look into seeing if I can get a better price next year. Though I have my homeowner's insurance and my car insurance all bundled together. It's just one of those things. I don't know if I'm going to find it cheaper, and I don't want to move it if it's not going to be cheaper. So me and my husband both go to the joint chiropractic. Both of us pay $69, and that's $138 for the month. In order to have enough room on here, I needed to put both of us on one line. So $138 for the 2 of us, and we get 4 sessions a month, and then $10 any extra sessions above that. So. And I've only done that once, so that's pretty good. Life insurance. What is our life insurance? It's $87.56. That's what it is, and that's for the 4 of us. Discovery Plus is $6.99, and then I have iTunes, which is $2.99. No matter how small the regular occurring bill is, whether it's $2.99, 99 cents, $5, make sure you're listing it out, because this is why they came up with apps for people who forgot that they signed up for something or did a free trial, and then got charged. They didn't incorporate it into the budget. And this way, I know exactly what I'm spending and how I'm spending the money, and I don't get caught in that trap. I don't need to download and buy an app in order to find those things for me, because I track it. So there you go. Vivint 6146. There we go. US CCA is my husband's thing. 3917. And then sinking funds, I will come back to that. So I have 4 tithing. Let's see, the tithing is for our salary checks is $253, and that'll happen. We get how many salary checks? 3. So times 3, plus $160 for the military retirement. And so there's 4 tithing there. That's going to be $919. Like I said, Greater Europe Missions, I separated out because it's an auto pay, and it's still a tithing, but they automatically take it out. So there you go. And then the electric bill, I do have that number. Did I write that down? Yes. So we are paying $172.69. We had some really cold days, and yeah, I needed the warmth, so that's what I did. But yeah, the electric bill. Also, our house has a street light attached to the power bill. I think it was less than $14, $15 for that, and that's not I thought that was a great price to have light on a rural street in the middle of a dead-end street, so you can see when you're coming home, and it's right outside our house, and it helps the neighborhood. So the previous homeowners had it on their electric, and when we bought the house and signed up for our electric, they asked us if we wanted to keep it or not, and yeah, so we kept it, and I am thankful I did, because it's definitely needed. It gets dark out here. Oh my goodness. I did write in savings here. I just want to put 0 for now, because I don't think it's going to happen. I was very ambitious when I wrote this, and I might actually erase it and put something else later, but for now that's what I'm going to do. I do want to do an extra mortgage payment, and that's not going to happen. So that is going to be 0, but if I get an opportunity, we'll see what happens. I don't know. And I want to make a savings and extra mortgage payment more regular in our budget in January going forward, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen the way I think it is. So we'll just have to wait and see. Trash, I'm going to put 0. I do think I'm getting a bill this month, but I have a sinking fund for that. So I'll probably pay, I don't remember if it's auto paid out of the credit card or the checking account. We get charged every 3 months, so it's not something I remember very easily. Water, I don't think we have, but in case we do get a bill, I don't have anything that I see, but in case we do. Now we have our spending categories. I don't even know what we're going to spend. I don't know. Inflation's been crazy with groceries and all of that. So I guess I can go back and decide based on last month's money, but that's a little crazy. Let me go ahead and get down here to a couple bills that got left off. Let me find them on here. HP Instant Ink, which was $635. And now that I see that these aren't really necessary for this month, probably, I might move these up. Now, AT&T, I am not sure. And let me kind of look at my phone. I don't know if I have access or not. Okay, so this is my account. I am not seeing anything yet. The 15th is when we pay it, and it's not quite the 1st, so it might be a few days too early, and I don't know what our average amount's going to be, but I'm going to go ahead and guesstimate, because I can take what we Can't talk. Previously played with T-Mobile before we switched to AT&T, and I do know when I ran the numbers, it was like $33 more, but it's better signal than what T-Mobile was giving us. So 216 plus 33, and so I'm going to round it up to 250 and just put that as a budgeted amount until I know what's going on. So sinking funds, I'm going to put, what did we do for sinking funds last month? We did 462, no, minus 60 cents. So 460 is what I did, and I don't know if that's what we need to put this month. I'm trying to think. I think I'm going to do 400 and then as the estimate, and it's okay if it says fixed expense and it's an estimate. I can go back and change this and do the math different. It's no problem there. So 460, oops, is what I had, and then I need to put, I think I'm going to put 400 because there's categories I don't have anymore and I don't need anymore. And so because I don't have them and I don't need them, I'm just going to do away with them and put what money's in them into other categories. And then I have to create new categories because our way of living is different, and what I need to save for annual expenses and things like that has changed. So that is why I'm going to do that. So I'm going to really quick, I don't have a lot of room here. I'm going to quickly go ahead and total this up and then let you know if we have enough income to cover all of our expenses. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So as you can see here, I have $8,417.65. That is the total of my fixed expenses and my variable expenses down here at the bottom. And what I didn't show you, because I said I was going to look at November and find those numbers, I took the numbers from November on grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, gasoline. Budget is always zero, and then prescription copay, I'm just giving myself quite a bit because everything's been flexing differently, and I think I'm going to need it kind of high this month to offset some of the copay of specialty things that we've had looked at and done, so medically. And I'll talk about that as it happens throughout the month. I put down I included HP Instant Ink and then a budgeted amount for AT&T. So I'm kind of glad that's over here because I have no idea what it's going to be. I haven't had one regular month yet because the previous month had partial month plus activation fees and all this other stuff. So I don't know what my routine is going to be with AT&T yet. So I put $250 down. I thought that was a good estimate. Totaling those two together, we're at $8,417.65. And if you subtract that from the $12,044.94, obviously we still have $3,627.29 in theory left over. Most of this is a salary check, so the difference is $3,627.33. So most of that is the salary check, which is $2,500, though I would not typically tithe, so the $253 wouldn't be included, and that's what we normally would have left over every month. So if I can add and see, would I add back in the 253? Minus the 252347. I think I did this right. This would be what our normal take-home pay is without the extra paycheck. So basically is all I was trying to say. But yeah, that is my December monthly budget. I am thrilled with how the budget is happening. Let me zoom back out. Happening and very happy with the choices that we're making. It looks like most of the money that we need to repay ourselves for our savings account, this is where it's going to come from. And yeah, so it just kind of balanced out from November to December. We're still $1,000 in the hole, but at least it's not $4,000 or $5,000. So, there's going to be some things, and you'll see the difference as I go through the month, when I do my budgeting and the actuals and all that stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and this monthly breakdown of what we're going to spend this month, and that helps inspires you to break out your monthly budget and figure out, do you have enough income to cover the month for all your estimated expenses, and so you can take care of you and your family and your budget for the month of December. So, and that will lead into the new year, and I'm excited to do my annual budgets. And things like that are coming. Look for those videos. So I'll have a lot more this month in videos as far as budgeting going. And I will do like a series of one type of budget and going forward. So because I got Sarah Marie stickers I'm excited about, and their annual budget stickers, and yeah, I'll be filling in that. I'm kind of waiting for some to show up to go with it, but yeah, I'm excited about getting the year started, getting the plan down on paper, and then make adjustments throughout the year. This is one moment in time. It doesn't mean this is what's going to happen, but this is what I would like to happen, and it keeps me on track to try to achieve these goals the best as possible, so that our family can be safe and secure with what we need for our future and for what we need right now. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.